Hello everyone, welcome. Just setting up. As you're popping on, please pop on and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from if you're new here. Thursdays come around so fast. Alright, there we go. So hi everyone, my name is tracy.bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Victoria. So excited to be here with you today. We've got some really awesome cards that I want to show you, and we're going to create one of them. So that's really exciting. So welcome Rachel, how are you? Hi Deborah. Hi Pam and Marion, welcome everyone. Laying back with a hot water bottle. Well, that's what happens when you go to town for the day. I'm sure you had a wonderful day. It's quite dark. We've really started to head into winter, so it's quite dark here. So hopefully it's, when I pop the camera down, it works all right with our new lights. I do have my old phone back, so hopefully that doesn't play up this time around like it did last week, but anyway, we'll get through it. Hi Judith, how are you? So how has everyone's week been? Did you have a great Easter? Did you go away and do anything or do anything exciting? Yeah, I hope everyone had a really great Easter as well, and it's another long weekend, so I do love this time of year just for the long weekends. It's nice to get and be able to have a bit of a rest. So for Easter, my family, my husband and my daughter and her boyfriend, we took my dad up to Canberra to go to the War Memorial, which he's never been, so that was really fun. We were away for 2 nights, we had a lovely time. The War Memorial has really changed since we were there last. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but we've actually been quite a lot, but it's been I think 11 years since the last time we've been, because being here at the business it's a little bit harder to get away. So I think it's been 11 years since we've been. They have done so much work there. There's so many different displays. Everything's really different because you used to walk in at the front. Well, now you go in at the side. So it was awesome. And if you haven't been, I highly recommend it because it's just a really great place. Oh, Rachel, Marion has a bad back. So, yeah, she has a TENS machine and hot water bottles and all sorts of things to try and help. Hi Ingrid, how are you? So Pam's had a really quiet week. Well, Marion's been sick as well, so she's had some quiet time, which has been good. She was going to come to Canberra with us, but she wasn't well enough to. Deborah said her son and daughter-in-law came over from Tassie and you went camping. Oh, that's fantastic. Hopefully you had some really great weather because both here in Victoria and in Canberra while we were there over Easter, gorgeous weather, but we've had 2 days of rain just a few days ago. So Monday, Tuesday we had rain, over 60 mil, so our tanks are full. That's super exciting. I love it when our tanks are filled with rainwater. So we're on predominantly rainwater here. We do have town water, but it's not potable, so rainwater is really good to put in the tanks. All right. Oh, Deborah had some awesome weather camping. Fantastic. Well, I'm so glad that everyone's had a really good long weekend with Easter. I hope you had lots of chocolate if you eat chocolate. I actually, because I don't eat a lot of chocolate, my daughter gave me a basket, and it's like a little picket fence. I actually should have brought it down. It's up in the house, but it's a little picket fence basket, and she had chocolates and that in there for my husband. And for me, she got me a caramel rabbit, which I love caramel. I'm not huge on chocolate, but I do like caramel. And she also got me some ranunculus, well, they're not seeds, they're, I don't know. Anyway, bulbs, I think they are, but they're really tiny. So super excited to get those in. We can pop them in now, I think. Marion's tanks are full as well, yeah. Fantastic rain, 60 mils, you can't go wrong, I don't think. But yeah, so all right everyone, we have a few people on, so welcome everyone. what we might do is we might get straight into it. It is my dad's birthday today, so we are having tea over at their place tonight, just for his birthday. So I don't want to take up too much time here with you guys today. So I'm going to pop the camera down. We're going to go through a few announcements. And with the card that we're going to create tonight, I have to ask you guys a question. So with the new ink colours that are coming out in the new catalogue, I'm going to get myself situated here. The new ink colours that are coming out, I need to know what your favourite is, and there's a reason for that. I have cards made in all of the 5 ink colours, and we're going to create what one you would like. So these are the 5 ink colours. We have Orchid Oasis, Starry Skye, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, and Sweet Sorbet. Write a comment now which one you would like to see created in the cards, and we'll create that one tonight. So I'll quickly show you the cards. So that'll help you decide. I've decided I've used a little bit of current product as well as incoming product. So obviously we're using incoming in colours. And I've also used, oops, upside down, the Hello Ladybug bundle. So this one here, it's in the mini catalogue. I haven't been able to play with this one too much, so I'm super excited to use that. So here is the first card. This is Sweet Sorbet. We have Tahitian Tide. Isn't that a beautiful blue? Really pretty. They're bright, bright, beautiful colours. Parakeet Party. Oh, thank you for saying happy birthday to my dad. I'll let him know. This one is Starry Skye. Super beautiful blue. And Orchid Oasis. I love these colours. I honestly didn't think I would like them as much when I first saw them, but they really are growing on me. So those are the 5 colours that you can choose from. I'll let you keep, we've got a Tahitian Tide in. A couple of people have said Tahitian Tide, so make sure you write your preference, and I'll go through the announcements and then we can get crafting. So this week's Tracy's Sunday Challenge, the theme is Fun Folds. And this was my last Easter cards. This was Sunday just gone, Easter Sunday. And this is such a simple fun fold card. All it is I have a normal size card, and I've just chopped a little bit off, and then we have an opening, and I've used the Daffodil Daydream. I mix it up with our celebration paper. It's a Daffodil Daydream bundle, and also the Easter Friends, and then this is the Flowering Fields DSP. These ones you can find in the mini catalogue out now. Obviously, you're not going to really make Easter cards now, but this would make a gorgeous baby card as well. So really simple. You could change this around for so many different occasions as well. But there is a video here on YouTube if you would like to see that, how that one's made. But really, really simple. And if you would like to join in this week's challenge, you just make a fun fold card. It can be an easy fun fold. It can be more involved. Take a photo of it and then head over to my Facebook page. There is a post pinned to the top of my page. Just pop your photo in the comments there, and we would love to see what you create. It's always fun when more people get involved. Alrighty, so the first announcement that I wanted to let you know about is the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle. This is available. You can purchase this over on my blog. It's $9.99 US. This month we're focusing on the Artfully Composed suite from the mini catalogue. This is a gorgeous suite, and there is 13 tutorials all up in this bundle. Lots and lots of different ideas. There's 13 demonstrators that actually pop this together. All the measurements, all the supplies, everything, all the instructions needed are in the tutorial, and this is my card, Coastal Cabana. Really, really beautiful card, and this has been heat embossed with black embossing powder. So that one's available over on my blog if you're interested. I also have, with the new annual catalogue coming out, which if you're a customer of mine and you're waiting for your catalogue, they are going out tomorrow. I had to wait a little while. I've just had so much going on that I couldn't get everything done, and one thing I really wanted to do was create cards to go inside the catalogue. So, and I wanted to show you these ones first because this is what's going out in the catalogues. You're going to get one of these cards. But I also have available the catalogue, or the annual catalogue paper share. So this way, if you're after all the DSP, if you have a look in that catalogue and think, I want all of those DSPs, this is a really fun way of being able to purchase all of them and have a sampling of all of them a lot cheaper a rate. So there you will get a quarter pack of each of the DSP packs. So that's 142 pieces of 6x6 DSP plus die cuts. So He's the Man paper pack actually has 2 sheets of die cuts as well as 10 sheets of DSP. So you'll get a quarter pack of those die cuts as well. It's $70 plus postage, and I'll have them pre-cut and sent to you. Also on top, for your $70, I will be sending you a sampler pack of INKY glimmer paper as well. So that's a free gift from me. You can sign up for this paper share over on my blog, tracy.bish.blogspot.com. There is a tab on the top of my blog that you can click on that, pop in all your details, and I'll send you an invoice to pay. The last day to be able to sign up for that is Thursday, I think it's the 5th of May. So I'm doing it a couple of days after the catalogue goes live, just to give you guys a little bit longer to sign up if you would like to. So $70 plus the postage to get to you, and you have a great sampling of all the DSP, so 142 pieces in all. I will also be doing another, there is, if you go over into that tab, that registration tab for the paper share, there's more information, lists all the DSPs that are available, that are in the pack. But I will be doing a blog post, I think tomorrow, just to let you guys know more about the paper share. So if you, after that, check back on my blog tomorrow. Now, for anyone who's shopping with me throughout the month of April, if you're using the host code, which if you are shopping this month, I would highly recommend shopping today until the rest of this day. So after tonight, you can get any orders over $65 free shipping from Stampin' Up. This is amazing because you're not only saving a good chunk of money, you can get extra supplies on top with that money that you would have paid with postage. So that is today only, Thursday the 21st. So you've got till tonight, midnight, to get your order in. If you're using this host code, there's a couple of specials for shopping with me this month. I have a bundle tutorial that has some really wonderful projects in it, that has full supplies, measurements and instructions, as well as a full colour photo. And these will be emailed to you from me. Some really great projects in here using some great products. This is the card that I created using the Cactus Cuties bundle. Really cute, I love it. I'll also send you a handmade card, which will be one of these style cards, which we made the first Thursday of this month using just strips of DSP. And this is a great way of using your DSP. So you'll also receive one of these cards in the mail. Alrighty. So, and yeah, don't forget today, free postage. That is an amazing deal. Alright, so let me have a look at how many people have said what colour they would like. So we've got 2 Tahitian Tides, Orchid Oasis. Judith done her order earlier this morning. Fantastic. I did too, Judith. And I will say I did order one of the new kit collections, which is all about robots. It's super cute. So if you head over to my online store, you can see the kit collections there, and there is a new robot one out, perfect for boys, perfect for any kids really. I'm super excited. So when I get that, I'll definitely be showing you. All right, so it might be Tahitian Tide. Do we have any last takers for the colours? I'll bring those colours in again just to quickly show you. So here they are. We are using a fun technique with embossing powders, and we're going to use clear embossing powders with our inks. So it's a great way of, Stampin' Up! Used to have some coloured embossing powders a few years ago when I first joined actually, and I'd never actually owned any. But this is a great technique that you can use any of our inks to create embossing. So that's super fun. Judith has no preference. All right, so I think we're going to go with the Tahitian Tide. So that's this one here. We are starting with a piece of basic white thick card base. So I've already pre-scored my card, and one thing I didn't get out was my cardstock. So I will have to go and grab just a piece of that out of my file just here. So because I didn't have each and every piece cut up and prepared earlier, we're going to quickly do that, but it won't take us long at all. We're also using a little bit of the old, so the Stitch Greenery Die. I know some of you guys have this because I've used it a little bit. Look at this. This is going to come back into the new annual catalogue, so if you don't have it, this is a really great die to have. It produces gorgeous detail in the background. So we're going to use that. I have the 2022-2024 in colour 6x6 designer series paper. In the annual catalogue, Stampin' Up! Always brings out the colour families and the in colours with new DSP, and I love the designs in this. Let me just show you quickly. So on one side we have the flowers, which we're going to use tonight. On the other side there are stripes. So there's 4 designs in all. We have polka dots and checkers. So I love the designs in this paper, and you can get them in all the colour families and then the 2 in colours as well. We're going to use the Tahitian Tide piece of DSP here, and I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and we're going to do some quick cutting. So for our DSP, this one measures 1.5 inches by 5 7/8, and that's the length of the card. I will have to cut it off just slightly. I found that it makes it a little bit bigger than the card base depending on where I've cut it. So we have that piece of DSP. I'm going to bring in the Tahitian Tide cardstock. This is a lot like Tempting Turquoise, but it's actually a nicer colour. And for this one we're going to cut this down to 2.5 inches by the 5 7/8. So let's do that really quickly. So we have those pieces ready to go. I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss machine. I can't use the mini with this one because we need it to be a little bit bigger. This die actually won't go through the mini machine. So let's bring that in. Because this is a really detailed die, I'm actually going to pop it through the machine a little bit differently. So I have my platform, my plate 2, so I've got 1, 2, a 3 acrylic block. I'm actually placing the die upwards, so the cutting feature is upwards rather than downwards. And this works really well with detailed dies. And then we can place our plate 3 over the top. Normally we place it the other way down, so the die cuts downwards, but when it's detailed, it just cuts better facing up. Right, so I can get rid of this. This really does smush that cardstock into the die quite hard, so you're going to have to get your nails in there really quickly. There we go. It does come up really easy. You've just got to get off at that edge. And look how pretty this is. Such beautiful detail. I loved anything stitched. So we have those 2 pieces. We're also using a piece of basic white thick cardstock for our stamping. And I have a piece of the basic black. And this is just scrap. I'm going to bring my punch in. We're going to just quickly punch out the, there we go, the little ladybug. So we have 1 punched out already. And then we can start doing our stamping. So like I said before, we are using the clear embossing powder as well as the Versamark ink to emboss with. And I'll also need that ink pad, so Tahitian Tide ink pad. Let's bring this in so you can see a little bit better. So we're going to stamp both the leaf and the ladybug's wings in both Versamark ink and Tahitian Tide, and then we're going to use the clear embossing powder over the top, and the effect of this is so beautiful. It becomes really shiny, like as though the Tahitian Tide ink is embossed, so it's like embossed with Tahitian Tide powder, but it's not. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Yeah, the colours are gorgeous, and you can use the ladybug punch to make a bee. Absolutely, really, really versatile. And I really like using the punch for the wings. Still got some black card in there. Punching out the wings with vellum looks really great for bees as well. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of stamping first. So I'm going to open up my ink pads. I have from that stamp set, we have used the big leaf, the wings, and also the sentiment says, "You can bug me anytime." I think that's really cute. And we're also using these little flowers as well for the card base, but we're going to do our embossing first. So to start with, we're going to add the Versamark ink to our stamp. Now this is just clear sticky ink, and this is what's going to make that embossing powder stick to our cardstock. So you want to get a good even coverage of that. Then I'm going to pop it straight into the ink pad. Now Versamark does not hurt your ink pad at all. You're not going to have any problems from doing this. I've been doing this, I think, since I first started stamping, and it's never affected any of my ink pads. So once we have that, I want to grab, although the Versamark keeps it wet for a good amount of time, I like to add my powder straight away when we don't have any problems. So there we go. I'm going to keep going with these. So I want to do my wings next. Now it won't work if you use just your ink. Although Stampin' Up says if you heat emboss with just your ink, it will work to a certain extent. I find you've got to be super quick and it won't reach all areas. So you can have some parts that won't be quite, won't be nice and shiny and glossy if you do it this way. So just add the powder over the top. So the clear powder, clear embossing powder comes in the basics selection. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to move this to the side and we're going to do the same thing with our sentiment. Now, the sentiment I don't think really matters. You could just go straight with the Tahitian Tide ink, but because we're already doing this embossing technique, let's do it all. And we're just going to cut that one out. To go along the card. There we go. So when I made these 5 cards all together, I did all these colours at the one time and then just heat embossed together. Makes things go super fast. I'm going to bring my heat tool in and just melt those powders. I think my favourite colour in these in colours is definitely Parakeet Party. I really wanted a lime green and I'm so happy that it's one of the colours. So this goes nice and shiny and glossy once it's melted. Doesn't take much time at all. So does anyone remember the coloured embossing powders? I know just when I first joined they did have Pool Party and I think another colour. I'm not 100% sure. I will admit I loved heat embossing back then, but I didn't get the colours because it was just when I first joined. So in the basic embossing powders, there's clear, white and black, which I love using black as well. Okay. So I'm not sure how well that picks up with my light, but it's so glossy and beautiful. I think you can see that to a certain extent. Alrighty. So I'm going to let them dry just for a few minutes. We can stamp our front of our card base with our flowers. I do this for a reason. I always find that if I touch my embossing too quickly, I will end up smearing it. So if I do something else while I wait, it gives it a bit of time to dry. So I've just stamped in the corner there. I'm going to stamp on the bottom right corner as well. This adds just a little bit of extra interest poking out once we pop our DSP and cardstock down. I don't think it needs to have it fully covered. I think just those few leaves on the side is really pretty. Okay, so we're going to add our cardstock and our DSP. And I'm just going to use some Tombow glue for that. And I believe I'll have to cut this down just slightly. So we're going to pop that in the middle. I probably could have done a little bit more stamping there, but it won't matter. So I do have a little bit of an overhang there. Always better to have that little bit of overhang and trim off than it not to go all the way to the edge. And then the same with our DSP. This is also a really economic way of purchasing your DSP when you're starting out, because you'll have all the colours, because you can get them in the colour families without having to purchase absolutely everything. So if you have a certain colour family that you go to, for me, it's always brights. I love the bright colours. So you could get the brights pack and you've got a whole heap of DSP that you could use. Alright, so these ones should be right. I'm going to fussy cut the leaf really quickly. And then we can bring in the punch that's part of that bundle. And just quickly punch out the wings. So I have some fun ideas to come up with using a few of the products from the mini catalogue that I haven't really touched yet because I've focused so much on Easter. I've done so many Easter projects that I've got stamp sets and things that I haven't really used as much as I want to just yet. And with the annual catalogue coming out next month, early next month, feels like I'm in a rush to use what I've already purchased. So I'm really going to focus on that mini catalogue over the next month or so. So we've quickly done a little bit of fussy cutting there. That didn't take very long at all. I've stamped that up the wrong way, which is what I usually do. So we'll just pop this in. Seriously, I get in my own little world when I hit live. So normally, when you're making this at home, look at your punch, what way it's going, and then orientate your stamp to make it easy for yourself. So we have our little wings, we have the ladybird, and then I'm just going to bring my paper trimmer in and cut our sentiment down really quickly. I could probably use my paper snips, but it probably wouldn't be quite so straight. So this is the easier way to do it. Perfect. So there's not too much to this card. There's a few different layers, but once you've got your pieces done, it's not going to take too long. So we're going to use some dimensionals to pop the leaf up. And I opened a packet of these the other day and I've already used one full sheet. The good news is today, using the free shipping, I did buy I think 6 packs. And I saved myself a ton in postage. So I've got some liquid adhesive too. So with the free postage, it's a great time to stock up on your ink pads, your cardstock, your glues, so many different things. Hi Carolyn. 6. Is that funny, Rachel? 6 is not many, is it? I'd hate to run out. That's all I'm going to say. So I just added a little bit of liquid adhesive underneath that leaf and popped him down. Then I'm going to add 2 dimensionals to the top of the wings, and that's going to keep the wings all popped up. And then I've used the INKY ribbon, which is coming out as well, to add a little bit of extra colour to our little ladybird. So these are gorgeous ribbons, really bright and sparkly metallic. They're really small as well, which I really like small ribbons. I think that makes it easy to do lots of different projects with the ribbon. I find sometimes when they're too big and thick, makes things too bulky. So this is an easier way when it's smaller ribbon, but it's so sparkly and pretty. So I'm just creating a couple of loops there, not using too much, and I'm just going to pop it behind the ladybug. Do you guys say ladybug or ladybird? I go between both. So I'm going to use some tear and tape to pop him down. And then we're going to pop some dimensionals on his bum. And that little bit of tear and tape might be enough to keep it secured down onto the leaf. So, And be careful not to go over the sentiment. Isn't that cute? All right, so we're not finished yet. Also in the in colours, there are Stampin blends. So let me show you. So they come in a combo. They come in all 5 of the new in colours. This one's a Tahitian Tide, come in a light and a dark. And the great thing is you can create your own embellishments using these stamping blends. So not only can you colour in beautiful images, we're going to create our own embellishments. So I'm just going to use the dark blend using the thick end, and I'm going to colour in 3 of these basic rhinestones. These are super cheap embellishments, and this is a great way when you're starting out. Get a packet of these, get a couple of coordinating stamping blends with the ink colours that you have, and you're going to have your own embellishments. Okay, so we're going to pop those ones down. I usually like to let these dry a little bit more, but this is fine. So if you don't have a piercing tool, the Take My Pick tool works really well as well. And they're really inexpensive, the Take My Pick tool. It also has a few different attachments on there. There is a it has like a stylus, a thick and a small ball type. It has the putty that you can pick things up, like sequins to glue down. And then we also have a spatula end. And I think I lied to you. No, there's the other one. And then on the end of the spatula, there's also a pokey tool. So if you don't have one of these, this little tool has so many different tools in one, and it's really quite inexpensive. So I highly recommend one of these. I'm just so used to going to the piercing tool. And there we have it. How cute is this card? So cute with all the colours. So let me bring in all the other colours to show you really quickly. So we have Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, Starry Night, Parakeet Party, and then Sweet Sorbet, which this is so much more red than pink. I think when they Stampin' Up first come out with it, it was going to look more pink, but to me it's more of a red pink. Okay, so that is the card. Make sure that you leave a comment if you're watching this not live anymore. Leave a comment, because we will draw a name next week in the live to win the Tahitian Tide card. But I do have a giveaway from last week. So last week we created this gorgeous card using the abstract, no, not abstract, what is it? Artfully Composed, which is also part of that tutorial bundle. So this was a really cute card using the die cuts and the reversed piece of the die cut. So a great way of using all your pieces. That is the card that we're going to give away today. I've got everyone's name from last week in here ready to go. So good luck, everyone. Carolyn loves the sparkly ribbon. It's gorgeous. The only thing I'm going to say is I think all the colours work really well, but I don't know about the Sweet Sorbet. So when you've got a reddy pink, and then this is a real pink to me. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether that's quite matched. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Hi, Robin. Okay, so I do have a name. Heather Waldron. Well done, Heather. I do have your address, so I can send that to you tomorrow. All right. Let me pop the camera around. Oh, that's okay, Robin, no problem. You can catch the replay later if you want to see it. I'll show you quickly, because you might not have seen the card that we made. Let me show you really quickly. It's using the new in colours, and everyone decided on, well, not everyone, people decided on the Tahitian Tide colour. So that's the one that we created. All right, everyone, don't forget free shipping tonight. today only, so get in and get some great bargains if you're in need of any supplies. If you're using my host code and purchasing in my online store, don't forget the host code because I'll send you all those goodies as a thank you gift. And I'll be back on Sunday with another Tracy's Sunday Challenge. So please come and join me 8:30 on Sunday. If you haven't joined in this week's challenge, it's Funfold. So if you'd like to join in. All right, everyone, have a safe night. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday and enjoy Anzac Day wherever you're going to celebrate. I hope you have a really great time. I'm not sure where we're going for our dawn service yet. We're still thinking about it, so we might be just staying in town and having it here. Thank you, everyone. All right, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye-bye.